Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the Backbone Podcast, where common sense still makes sense in a world that is sick and only getting sicker. And we come to, as I like to think, the final football weekend. I know that we have the Super Bowl coming up. That's a one-off. It's more of a national holiday for America than anything else. This is the last real football weekend here, and we have 2 games, 4 teams. Denver, New England. Denver hosts New England. Seattle hosts LA. And I'm going to be honest, other than the fact that I cannot stand the Rams or the Seahawks winning the Super Bowl one of those teams winning the Super Bowl in San Francisco, in Santa Clara on the Niners field, this Super Bowl is going to be a major league dud. I mean, we need the NFL needed Josh Allen and the Bills to be in this game. I know we have Drake May, and he's an exciting player. But New England, I mean, their history, of course, in the Super Bowl is incredible. But these guys are babies; they're new. There's nobody really exciting that we can sink our teeth into. Vrabel's been there before, obviously, but New England really don't add any juice to this game. Denver, I mean, they're going in with a backup quarterback. Where's the juice there? I mean, Sean Payton trying to become the only head coach to win Super Bowls with different teams in different conferences, maybe. I mean, does anybody even care about that? And the Rams and the Seahawks, I mean, quite frankly, I think the winner of that game are really the winners, are really the team that will win the Super Bowl. I don't see either one of the AFC teams really competing against either one of the NFC teams. And I think that game on 6 o'clock on Sunday will be Eastern Standard Time, I should say, will be the Super Bowl matchup. Super Bowl winner will come out of Seattle, unfortunately. But that's why they play the game. And we have conference championship games first. And the first game in the lineup will be at 3 o'clock in Denver. It will be about 22 degrees. They're calling for snow, which is normal for them, but nothing like what the Eastern Seaboard is expecting. And I'm starting to see different, along the coast, it's not that bad. It's going to be more inland, like Pennsylvania and upstate New York, that are going to get ravaged, but they're used to this. They're used to that snow. So, but this crazy weather that's hitting the East Coast will not in any way affect the games, because they're being played in the western part of the country, or at least northwest, in terms of where Seattle and the Rams are concerned. But let's go to Denver and New England. Clearly, in the wake of Bo Nix's ankle injury, Denver is going to be in an uphill battle. The sudden switch at the game's most important position is never something to underestimate. Jarrett Stidham hasn't thrown a pass in a real football game in 2 years. And now he's being asked to punch the Broncos ticket into the Super Bowl. This is daunting, to say the least. But I believe Denver still have some advantages, and they have 3 advantages that are very telling to me. The first, location. Including last Saturday's divisional win over Buffalo, the Broncos are 15-3 at home over the past 2 years. The Broncos thrive in mile-high air. That crowd will be absolutely raucous. And that is going to be an advantage, a 12th man, as they say, especially for the defense. That defense is going to be as psychotic as it gets. And that's the second advantage I see Denver having. Denver have the best unit on the field, and that's their defense, especially their front seven. The Broncos racked up a franchise record 68 sacks this year, 11 more than any other team. 17 different guys recorded at least a half a sack this year. That is a ferocious group of players, and they wreck games. The Patriots, on the other side of the coin, have given up, well, Drake May, the Patriots have given up 57 sacks this year. And the offensive line has given up 5 sacks in the last 2 weeks. That's a bad combination. That's a terrible combination. And I think that will lead to a low-scoring game. Drake May is going to be a great quarterback in the future. I really think that. This could be a bridge too far for him. That defense, the Bronco defense, will be enough for them to keep this a low-scoring game. Stidham they're going to run the same type of offense that Bo Nix has. Bo Nix and Stidham Nix is a better player, but there's not much difference. I mean, we're not talking about, John Elway and Gary Kubiak here. Sean Payton has been in Stidham's ears all week. They probably have a game plan where they're going to keep it conservative, keep the game close, and hopefully the defense can shut down the Patriots, which I think they will, and maybe get a few turnovers here and there, which I think they will. I think May will throw some picks, and I think they will get some fumbles, and I think they will sack him and hit him hard. That will cause field position, especially if it's going to be snow and cold. Field position will be optimal, and Denver's special teams are pretty darn good. The third one is just me being a little silly and me thinking about this way too much. But I also think that there's the element of shock and surprise. How will Denver's offense operate with Stidham at the helm? We can only glean over preseason action. That's what Vrabel and his staff have. The Broncos' attack is so much different from the one that Stidham led in the two stints that he had at the end of 2023. In this spot, Payton could dig deep into his bag of game plan tricks and just go for it like he did last week against Buffalo. It's frightening and it's scary, but Sean Payton is from the Bill Parcells school. He's a gambler. He's going to go for it, especially if he has so much confidence, and he should, in his defense, shutting down the Patriots, getting to Drake May, forcing turnovers, maybe even getting a turnover, pick six or fumble return for a touchdown. That will be massive, because this game will not be high scoring. I don't see this game being any sort of double-digit blowout. Call me crazy, even though the Patriots are 4.5-point favorites on the road. You give me the points. I'm not a betting man. Denver 14, New England 10. I think it could happen. There are no great teams in this league at this point in time. New England are not a shoo-in for anything. Denver are good, but they're not great. They have a great defense. But this might be as exciting of a game, back and forth, snow, wind. It'll be a typical Denver afternoon. And I think that crowd and that defense will be enough to push Denver into Santa Clara on the 8th of February. Denver 14, New England 10. Now, to the big one. And this is the big game because, like I said, I think this is the Super Bowl here. The Seahawks have only lost 3 games all year. All 3 of those games had something in common. The Seahawks turned the ball over multiple times. The Seahawks are so good that they only tend to lose when they beat themselves. That's the mark of a very good coached, highly coached team. 9-0 this season when their turnover was 1 or 0. They're 6-3 when they turn the ball over 2 times or more. The problem is for Seattle is that if there's anyone who will turn the ball over multiple times in a game or a big game, and I hate to say it because I like him, it's Sam Darnold, especially in games against the Rams. The Rams are they have some voodoo over him. In 2 games against LA this season, Darnold has been picked off an incredible 6 times. Incredibly 6 times. That's insane. Darnold has the most turnovers by any player in the NFL this season with 20, 14 picks, 6 fumbles lost. And since 1990, 36 years ago, only one quarterback has led the NFL in turnovers and won the Super Bowl in the same year. Eli Manning did it in 2007 when the Giants had that miracle run. Darnold has faced the Rams 4 times this season. Since the beginning of last season, I should say. He has been sacked, and these numbers shocked me when I double-checked it to make sure I was right. He has been sacked in 4 games 16 times. He has thrown 7 interceptions. He is 1-3 in those 4 games. Those were regular season games. Every game means something, but this is the NFC Championship game. The Rams have the more experienced coach, the better coach, even though McDonald will be good. The Rams have the MVP at quarterback. The Rams have 2 dynamic wide receivers. Nacua is the best wide receiver in football. The Rams have a tremendous offensive line, and they can control the game with their running game. The only thing that would scare you if you're a Rams fan, the only thing that would scare you is their special teams. Will their special teams, their putrid special team play, catch up to them and haunt them in this NFC Championship game? I don't think so. It might in a couple of weeks when it counts, when the chips are really up. But I don't think it'll happen in Seattle. Rams 24, Seattle 20. I think we're going to have 2 close games only because the offenses are just going to be shut down by pretty good defenses. I don't see Sam Darnold. Now, listen, Stafford has been terrible in the offseason. Terrible. In the postseason, I should say. He's been terrible. But I think he has just enough. He has too much talent around him to let this go by, and he has the head coach. Seattle this is their babies. They're new to this. They don't know what they're stepping into right now. Their defense is tremendous. A Seattle-Denver Super Bowl would be, 13-3. It would be awful. Rams have just enough. They will get to Darnold. Darnold will throw those picks. At least one of those picks will be turned into touchdowns either by the defense or by the offense. And that will be the difference in the game. And I think the Rams will hold off the Seahawks. And we will be seeing a LA-Denver Super Bowl in Santa Clara on February 8th. Let me know what you think. And there's my 2 cents. Thanks again for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. Remember, my friends, Satan is always busy. Be a man and have a backbone, because masculinity and common sense are worth standing up for. And just remember, if it ends in an ism, it's a mental disorder. Have a great weekend. Be safe if you're on the East Coast. We'll see you later.